so that's on you.
Yeah. There's not even a question that
it wasn't a choice.
Happen. Yeah, it wasn't a choice.
Oh,
it wasn't a choice.
I mean, it was, but
no, it's not. Do you have choices that like end up negatively affecting your health that you have to make?
Sometimes, but watching football is not on the roster.
For you?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But it is for me.
Right. Yeah. I would say like supporting Jimmy. Like that would probably be the biggest one where like I will compromise sleep. Do what?
So who would do that? Gosh.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. By the way, did you see he posted his DEXA scan yesterday?
What is it? Oh, pull it up. Here, you can learn how. Be good.
I have some stuff. I don't have that pulled up, but I do have some stuff pulled up.
Oh,
but not that. Yeah.
Get out of here, Gus. It's not lucky. It wasn't lucky. We outplayed them in the game.
This is where you need like one of your bros that pays attention to this on here to like hype you up.
Dude,
hey, they're in here though.
Yeah, Miami going to the national championship is absolutely absurd.
That is crazy. When's the last time that happened?
2002 against Ohio State. That was the last time we were finished ranked in the top 5. It's just like didn't even cover. Doesn't matter. Who would take the cover on a semifinal game against the top offense in the country?
I don't even know who they were playing. Who were they playing?
Ole Miss. They played Ole Miss.
Who will they play in the national championship?
We'll find out tonight.
Who's playing tonight?
Indiana and Oregon. This
is an interesting year. Yeah.
All great stories. Yeah. NIL has created this ability to
afford players. Places.
Yeah, like Indiana. And I mean Indiana's Kurtzig, their coach is wild. He's just a dog. Yay Sports. Thank you, Claire, for entertaining me.
But once upon a time, I was a huge football fan. Like for all those years living in Oklahoma, I never missed an OU game. I traveled a lot for those games, and then as well as some NFL games.
I don't think we'll be an underdog against Oregon after beating Ohio State. I just don't think it'll happen if Oregon wins tonight, but they probably won't. We'll be an underdog against Indiana, but I don't think we would be an underdog on the board against Oregon. Go Sports. Anyways, amazing. Perrin was like, there was a pass interference call, like on Ole Miss's like last scoring drive, and I was watching the game outside, and let like a very audible, "That's fucking bullshit." And Perrin called me. She goes, "That was too loud." She was like, "I'm pretty sure the entire neighborhood heard that one."
Is she a big fan or not?
No, she's a Florida fan.
Okay, you've told me that. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so we actually have a lot of rivalry whenever we play, but it hasn't really been a lot of rivalry lately. I can't remember the last time Florida beat Miami.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, amazing game. It was awesome. Come to find out, the whole team was sick. Everyone got the flu.
Oh, really? The Miami?
Yeah. Like the entire team. And so, but they pulled it together. It was good. Vicky's a Hurricanes fan. Me and her. Oh, you are. God. I'm elated. Like
eye to eye on this one. I'm like Canes. I don't even know the reference for that one.
Yep.
And then Augustus says or Gus, I guess, says the Hoosiers, whatever. Isn't that a family that's like just afforded players? Is that right?
Hoosiers is it's who Indiana is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, they're a good football team for sure. But I mean, they are a really good football team. They just win games. So I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be awesome. Oh man.
Just bump into live crew all day, huh? CJ?
That's right.
Okay. Well, have your football moment. I don't want to distract you.
I mean, it'll come. Someone will say something. It'll come back. It was awesome. It was just amazing. I'm so stoked.
Do you want to talk about it anymore? Are there any plays you want to talk about, or
plays specifically, like go through the analysis?
No, just like one that stood out to you.
No, I mean, if we're getting there, Kadarius Toney is which is our freshman. So we have an 18-year-old that reclassified out of senior year to come to Miami early, and he's arguably like the best skill player in the country.
Oh wow, what position does he play?
Wide receiver,
Wow.
slot receiver. He's like a buck 80, like 100, like 5'10", just tiny guy. Throws blocks against linebackers like he's a fucking savage.
Wait, how
Yeah,
tall did you say he is? I heard you say his weight.
5'10".
Five. Oh yeah.
I mean, he's a little dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's just a freak. I hope we don't lose him. Like you would think, like when players like that used to come in,
Yeah.
you'd get really excited, and because you're like, oh, I get him for at least 2 years, right? Like through sophomore, now with NIL and stuff. But I think he'll stick around, so it'll be good. I mean, he's phenomenal, and
Well, I would
he'll be
think
the reason we'll be able to pull in another quarterback after Beck leaves.
for those players, I would think one major point is like Miami playing it in Miami is there are worse places to go to play football.
Yeah, and there's a lot of money there, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of NIL money coming in, and when they brought the current coach in, it was very clear that they were going to commit money to the team, which is what they did to get Cam Ward last year, what they did to get Carson Beck, and so which is the quarterbacks, and so it's like the NIL has been really good for Miami because obviously there's a lot of money there. There's people that have not wanted to be a part of the school for a long time because the school deprioritized sports like across the board. Like they were just like, we're not going to put money into it. We're going to be an academic school and blah, blah, blah. And then they realized that that's not how you get people to go to Miami because it's a private school. And so, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And this has been the biggest thing. Like it's in Coral Gables, which is cool, but like the facilities were built for the 80s when it was good, and it was like cocaine cowboy era when the Miami Hurricanes ran the city more than the Dolphins. Yeah. So
I don't get Gus's reference. Is he talking about those girls?
yeah, so
Okay.
the quarterback was dating one of them.
Okay.
And like he broke his arm in the SEC championship last year and was like, do I go in? Do I not? And then dating one of them. He's kind of weird. There's been rumors of like his weirdness with girls behind the scenes. Anyways, and so he decided to go there. Yep. I mean, he got paid like $4 million. It's not like he just was like, oh, let me go to Miami. I mean, they paid him like $4 million. So
was their social media rise just those girls? Was it based off of them being players? Was that when that happened?
Players and attractive twins. Yeah.
Right. I got the attractive twins part. Like, what else is there?
Yeah. They play basketball.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. They've got the attractive twins thing dialed.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's wild.
Like, wow, there's two of you. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, girls. Well done, mom and dad. Well done, whatever. Anyway. Okay. Do you want to move on to CrossFit or you want to talk about football some more?
No, we got about CrossFit. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I'll probably bring it back at some point. It's okay.
Is this the part where I just direct the show?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I only slept like my Whoop says my Whoop. I don't want no fucking Whoop. My Garmin said I slept 4 hours. So
yeah, I meant to respond to you when you said that you were just beginning work at like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah.
I meant to respond and say praying for you, but by the time I scheduled the call or scheduled the show at the same time that you did, cute. Then I was like, good night. I'm over it. So anyway, sorry I didn't send that to you. Okay, so we haven't said just good morning to everyone here. Yep. And so even though we've been bantering already, but good morning, everyone. Okay, so we've got a handful of things, and you want me to pull stuff up, which is just going to be interesting. You don't care why I take it first?
No, I don't care.
Okay. Well, there's a couple topics I think you're going to think are pretty fun. Let's start. Okay. So if I want to pull something up, I'm going to go to the present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Guys, we're learning in real time together, so just bear with me.
You'll hit share screen.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll keep it in Chrome tab or whatever, Safari tab. Hopefully you use Chrome like an adult, and you'll just click whatever that is.
Let's start here.
If you when you do that, it'll pull up the main screen. So make sure you pull your your actual StreamYard out of that browser and put it in a separate browser.
Oh, it's in the same browser right now.
Just so you will be able to still see see us.
Good gosh. Okay.
So you should make it small and put it on the side of your screen.
Hold on.
You should make Ben get you a large screen. Like, hey Ben, I need 2 screens.
Yeah, I should. You're right. Oh shoot, I didn't even pull the right one out. Damn it.
Perfect.
Oh gosh. Okay. It's gonna be fine. There we go. This is okay, guys. This is gonna be good in the long haul, and I'm sorry that in this moment it's a little derpy.
How are we even watching this? You're not logged into Instagram?
No, I'm not on this window. I'm not. Because it's a separate window. Damn it. That's not what I want to do. Okay. Well, this is
about to force me to do it.
I told you, well, because you last minute said that I needed to do it. And I'm like, all right, we'll see. Yeah. And this is a mess. Okay. Nope. Can I put you back? That's great. Love that.
Grant called me a bitch at like 11:30 at night the other night. It was very surprising. Caught me off guard.
Why did he do that?
I think we were talking about the burpees again for the 1,000th time. And he said, don't be a little bitch.
Talking about what burpees?
His 100 burpee box jump over for time, like obsession. Oh my gosh. All right.
Gotcha. Okay, you ready to play it?
Sure.
All right.
I can't hear it. Yep. Zoom out. Zoom in.
Get the president on the phone. Tell him to have some steak with his brother. The pyramid doesn't work. We've already tried it.
It's upside down.
What?
Sir, the pyramid is upside down.
Turn the pyramid upside down. You can't be serious. That would put butter and fat at the top of the damn food pyramid. Get the president on the phone. Tell him to have some steak with his brother.
Okay.
This is wild.
How'd that go? Did that work out?
Yeah, I think you're zoomed in.
I think I am too.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, talk about a crazy fucking week.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Vaccine schedule changed. Food pyramid changed. This is wild. This is nuts. I don't even know like how to process all of the changes. I'm really excited to talk to my pediatrician.
Oh, really?
I really respect her, and she made a really good point, right? She's obviously, which like 99% of pediatricians are pro consistent vaccine schedule, right? And so she always references, I have heard of 7th floor. Stop it. I know you're not talking to me, Gus. I'm just not commenting on it.
I don't understand that.
He's referencing a like an old Miami music clip thing that an NFL player did. Anyways, so we've had a lot of talks and about like vaccine schedule, and she's like, well, which ones do you struggle with? And we've gone back and forth, and et cetera. And and she always brings it back to one of her biggest things is, when you bring it up to me, I know that you guys consume food within a certain parameter, and you try to make X, Y, and Z focus, right? Of these food consumption, right? When most of my people bring it up to me, I know that they're going to leave here and go to the McDonald's across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so is it making that much of a difference? We do know that they work in some capacity, right? We had this and now we don't have this, and and you can be scared or like have this fear or this hesitation for X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have hesitation to go put a Big Mac and French fries in your mouth. And so for them, it's hard for me to have like logical conversations about vaccine schedules, right? Because I know that they're putting processed foods and, you know, seed oils, and shouldn't say seed oils, but high fructose corn syrup and blah, 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 blah.
Why shouldn't you say seed oils?
She
Is my
doesn't,
audio
she
fine?
doesn't, your fight's fine. She doesn't, she didn't say seed oils. Like, she just meant like trash food. And I was like, that's probably a really good way to look at it. It's like, hey, like, if you're not going to make some of these sacrifices, then it probably, the vaccine probably isn't the, like, what should be at the forefront of your mind. And I was like, I respect that. Like, they just hear something online and they're like, oh, I don't want to do it, or I want to change it, or they have an argument with her about it, and they don't consume any food that's worth their salt and anything. The salt that's on there is probably not even probably not even real. So it was anyways, I'm excited to chat with her about it. Because last time we talked was right when the CDC was considering a change, and then it kind of got tabled back in November or whenever Bennett's birthday was. So I guess October. And so I was like, so now we'll go see what it is, because that's like one of her biggest sticking points. She's like, I can't have everyone coming through here if they're sick, if they're not sick, if they're, you know, not vaccinated, and so on, and risking other patients back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to talk to her. And then, yeah, I definitely, it's an exciting transition for sure. And then it's just like, you know, we'll see, of course, how that plays out, right? Because like, I think that CrossFit Medical Society's post yesterday did a really good job of articulating, like, you know, yes, this occurred and this is good. And still, you know, companies are still going to engineer foods, you know, and
obviously.
Still trying to keep you addicted to these things. And so anyway, having those recommendations is a good thing. And then Vicky said, on the plus side, the pyramid supposedly leads to public school lunches. So maybe schools' foods will get a little bit better. That would be a major win if that, you know, if that influence actually occurred.
I think the biggest thing we're going to see at this point is like, to flip the pyramid theoretically, right? Like what we did, it's so much more expensive to consume the pyramid the way that we want it to be. Like, it is to consume meat and fat as like a primary driver and not grains. Like, it's just
not necessarily. You can be smart about it. I mean, no, not necessarily.
I think so. I just can't see how, you know, like moving, and this isn't a bad thing, right? I'm not saying anything that this is a negative. It just consuming a more appropriate protein and fats diet, right? Well-sourced food. And even if you're not looking at source, right? Like just meat, it's more expensive than eating 50% carbohydrates and bread and grains in total caloric consumption.
I think that you could make either more expensive or less expensive. Like, I mean, there are just so many prepackaged things that are, yes, maybe really inexpensive, and some that are really still, you know, I think packaging has a lot to do with it. But of course, then, yeah, for me, I mean, you can get smart and buy from butchers, you know, you can really continue to scale the affordability of it. So I don't agree with the argument at all. And then of course you could just go down the rabbit hole, or the very real thing of like, cool, okay, don't pay for your food now, pay for your medical stuff later. And no one likes being in the current medical system, you know, on top of already being ill, if that's where you're headed with eating that way. Then on top of that, like having to participate in a system that is currently, I don't know anybody who enjoys their experiences through those processes. And so on top of being sick. So anyway, it's like, you know, I don't know, just put it back into perspective. Like that argument doesn't register to me because there are too many other factors that need to be taken into consideration as well.
Yeah. I think I was just looking at the school lunch thing, right? Like, and how much we struggle with like public school funding in general. You know, food has X budget, right? On that same budget, I don't think that they would be able to produce enough food in the right way, like with any type of quality, if we're trying to prioritize meat and vegetables versus breads and pastas and lasagna or whatever they make. To me, it seems like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, and no, and we also, have to, like, with this, then I'm just thinking we have to keep our head on a swivel too, because all the time you find out, like, for example, the thing that I sent you the other day that you apparently were already aware of about the Vital Farms eggs,
No,
and how
that
they,
was an Ashley thing. I wasn't aware of that. I just
oh,
buy
okay.
Happy Eggs when I do it because I'm fortunate enough to get eggs from a friend. So when I do buy eggs, I just can't
That's awesome.
digest spending $11 for a dozen eggs. I'm just like, I can't do it.
Oh, yeah, no.
I can't.
No.
And so I buy Happy Eggs. That's what I always end up buying because it is cheap. Happy Eggs, like of your, like cage-free eggs, like it's still the cheapest one, right?
And she said it was the most favorable in that way.
Seems to be the most favorable, which is pretty cool.
And what I'm referencing, guys, is I guess that Vital Farms is puts different things in the feed for their chickens or for their hens and chickens, whatever. Anyway, to make the color of the yolk appear darker. And so it's not even because of their diet necessarily coming, like what you would think is causing that coloration, but because they're putting certain, if I said dyes, I'm sorry, but different spices and so on in there just to give it that coloration. So it's just an illusion. And apparently there's a higher omega-6 fatty acid content in them and whatever. So anyway, I hope I'm not getting that incorrect, but
if it was just turmeric,
there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, but if it was just turmeric, it would be.
It's like one other thing as well.
Null and void. Yeah, I think it's like it's a seed. It's a seed or a corn or something like that.
Well, they're fed a diet of let me just look. Hang on. Now I need to.
Yep. Where's JY for this conversation? Probably coaching class. That's what he does at 7 a.m.
Working on it.
What's up, Ortega? Good morning. We are weird. Agreed.
Combination of their hens pasture, foraging, eating plants, bugs, grasses, and their supplemental feed, which includes natural colorants like marigold petals, paprika, and corn and soy. And I don't know. I was just reading that I guess there's a lot of the corn soy as their feed. Anyway. Point being that, like, you have to pay attention, so even if transitions are made by companies even to produce more foods that are more in alignment with the food pyramid, like still having to pay attention to those details of
I think there's
production.
I think for the masses, right? If mass food production and like consumption changes, I think any change more towards that, like, I don't know, even if sourcing doesn't improve, you know what I mean? Or like the feed, we'll just use the eggs as the example. Right? So if that egg was exactly the same now, even if it got like fundamentally less healthy, right? And like it would still be versus like McDonald's or like bread, or it would still be such a massive net change in your health.
Yes. Right.
In like yes, so maybe they have this more corn and soy in their diet. That egg still has so much more healthy fat than, like a processed fried chicken wing, right? Or whatever it is, or fried chicken tender that was like cooked in canola oil. You know what I mean?
I told you I read the ingredient list on a cinnamon roll. I mean, because I'm always amazed. I go to Buc-ee's whenever we drive from Austin to somewhere. There's Buc-ee's is in Texas, and it's a gas station that has good bathrooms and great people watching. You've been to Buc-ee's, right?
Buc-ee's. Have I been to Buc-ee's?
Okay,
Come on, I'm a huge Buc-ee's fan.
Okay, cool. So anyway, we always stop there, and I'm always like the foods that are produced there. I always look at the ingredient list, so I'm just blown away. And so I just picked one up while I was waiting on Jimmy last weekend and read it, and I just picked up the cinnamon roll. 59 ingredients.
Did you count it? Did you actually count it?
Literally yes, I counted it. Yes. And I'm just like, what is happening here? How do we even get here?
Right.
Of course I couldn't read most of it, but anyway. So yes, would an egg that potentially has some stuff like that in comparison to a 59 ingredient cinnamon roll,
Yeah.
But also, I think one of the other arguments about the old pyramid, aside from the servings themselves, because it's like more servings of bread, cereals, rice, and pastas. But then we have to yet again take it back to like, okay, well, there is a way to make bread with 4 ingredients. And that's awesome.
Right.
But like, is that the bread that the vast majority of Americans today are consuming? No. And you've got to be really intentional to find that 4 ingredient bread.
Right.
So. And Ortega says, but it's a cinnamon roll. I feel like he's just messing with me because I could literally grab a sandwich of theirs. I could grab anything. I just chose to pick up the cinnamon roll, but like those ingredient lists consistently from what I've seen on a savory food, a sweet food, whatever.
He's saying that it's a cinnamon roll is like, it has a pass because it's a cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah. Well, so I could pull another food item that maybe looks like it should be a little bit better.
Sean is here. Good morning, Sean. I haven't seen Sean in our chat in forever. And
he's got something to say.
He does.
Let's hear it.
Grinds his gears.
Let's hear it. Okay, wait. I want to pull up another. Gosh, pray for us. Share screen. Can I do this? But better.
I have all the faith in the world that you can do this.
That's kind of you. Curious if you saw this. It's still on that topic. Is this on?
Zoom out, please.
I literally don't even know how I'm zoomed in. I can't make this up.
Top left, and hit Command negative or Command negative on your screen.
Thank God. Oh, thank you. Okay, so is this on the screen?
I saw this. I didn't watch all of it. It is on the screen.
Okay, give me just a second because I want to get some stuff out of the way. Oh, goodness. The goal here is that we just get better every time we give this a whirl.
You just gotta hit unmute.
I know. I'm doing other things.
Oh.
Sorry.
Damn, that guy's old as fuck.
Have you seen this post?
No, I saw the post and read it, and then I didn't listen. I was like, that doesn't interest me. I mean, it did, but I think I was just like, just moving through. Listen. Are we waiting for it to re-go?
Cereals meaning grains and bread.
Flour.
Okay.
How do I?
Because we said the increased consumption of.
I think I'm just going to refresh it.
There you go.
Who helped to write the original dietary guidelines. By the time that I had found him, he was living in a nursing home. He was on oxygen, and he knew the end was near. He agreed to do one final interview. I was the last person to ever interview him on camera, and what he told me was shocking. This footage has never been aired until now.
Here, let's pause.
15 years ago, whatever.
You're asking a lot of me.
Why do we think she? We'll listen to it too, but I want to answer why. Why would she hold this interview till now? Because I don't think she just interviewed him.
No, she did not just interview him, and it was something about it being for a news broadcast. There were I believe in the caption or comment section, there was something explaining that. But good question.
Yeah. All right. Hit play.
Yeah.
I'd do if I had to rewrite the dietary guidelines. And I said I would do 2 things. One, I would tell people to eat two servings of fish a week. So and second, instead of just saying eat less sugar.
So he would say eat 2 servings.
We should have said eat less.
What?
He would say eat 2 servings of fish or don't eat 2 servings of fish.
Do.
Okay, good.
The sugar and highly refined cereals.
Cereals meaning grains and bread.
Flour.
Okay.
Because we said the increased consumption of whole grain cereals, but we didn't emphasize eating less of white flour.
And why is that important?
Well, it's for the reason you said. Then they said lower the fat intake. People eat a lot of stuff that has really low nutritional value.
Oh, was that no?
Anyway, that was a very controversial issue. And I thought we didn't really have enough information to support it.
To support it on which
to reduce the consumption of meat.
Okay.
It
was like when Nick Tio
with
the idea of trying to put together some sort of dietary guidelines.
Do what?
I feel like we're interviewing like the person who who helped us get Maduro or something. Like this is like the lighting.
The lighting is odd.
She's,
Yeah.
like, under, like you can't see her face. What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah. Yep. I think there's a little bit more, right?
I don't know. Maybe
We're not there yet. Hang on. I'm with you. This is interesting.
It's for the American public in the mid 70s.
Well, it didn't start that way. It started, with the McGovern Committee. Oh, I didn't think it was a very good report, frankly.
Why is that?
Well, it had a lot of stuff in there that I didn't think was I don't know what the word is that
You agree with it scientifically, or?
well, scientifically, and there were things in there from people that I didn't think a lot of, frankly. But because the committee was going to disappear, it was obviously that if we were going to publish anything, it had to be done before the committee disbanded. I think that was February.
So that gave you a real deadline in terms of.
It gave us a deadline.
Yeah. So it says Emily Kaplan's 2005 interview with Dr. Mark Hegsted, author of the 1977 Dietary Goals, which became our dietary guidelines. So anyway.
How old is Emily? Was Emily like fucking 11? Like, I don't even know. How old is she? Is she 50?
Don't know.
You would think 20, usually in 20 years, like someone's voice changes. It sounded like this was Emily talking yesterday. I feel like their voice changes, like maybe it gets like more raspy, or I don't know.
I think maybe like late seasons of life, but I think you can
maybe
go through most of your adulthood sounding similar.
Yes, it was the lady that was mean to Tyler's wife. And it's so funny. Like, I think Emily in nature just wants people to be better, but she had this interaction with Tyler's wife, and now the whole YouTube community doesn't like her. It's so
I'm
funny.
unfamiliar with that interaction.
I don't know CrossFit,
and I don't know a ton about Emily in general, but
yeah, I asked her to be on the show early on, and she said yes, and then I think it was like in a holiday season, and then I just never followed up with it. That's an interesting one. I don't know. What do you think?
That it's an interesting one.
Yeah,
I think CrossFit's bringing up great questions as far as if he died in 2009, why is this released as never seen now?
Yeah.
Anyway, so fair questions, and then also, I mean, man, it was just so. The way that he went about his wording there was still so like careful, but yet admitting,
Mm-hmm.
It was just strange. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the conversation in completion, like not just clips of it pulled out, but the thing in full.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely it's like, okay, so he's seemed to be from that clip navigating around avoiding his real thoughts, but then sort of sharing them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just didn't want to railroad his friends.
Well, and also, I mean, what kind of like trouble could he get into? Because it basically, like, it sounded like he was saying, he didn't even think that the science was legit that they were referencing or whatever, and the people that were involved and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I think
might still have some fears around repercussions for self. I don't know, but
yeah, I think at late 80s, when it looked like that's where he was in a nursing home, your only fear is that like a hitman like smothers you with a pillow, and I mean, he's gonna die. So I feel like there's not that much fear. I don't think he had any fear of like what would happen.
Your legacy, though. Do you care about your legacy?
I mean, he just said his legacy was creating the pyramid, and he said it's bad.
It's unfortunate. I struggle with Emily because she kind of tells us not to trust experts, then sort of gets mad at anyone offering alternative opinions that aren't her, and still no one defines Metfix and BSI
versus
BSI in a way I get. Yeah, I don't know. There was another conversation that Greg Glassman had on his show with Savan on Wednesday. Did you listen to that one by chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Those, of course, are of super interest to me because they very regularly speak about chronic illness and nutrition. And so other things as well, but I really enjoy listening to Greg speak. I'm so happy they do that show. one of the things that was really interesting there, they had a decently long conversation with a call-in. Sounds like they have rapport with the guy, and he's a carnivore, meat and eggs. And he said something, I'll paraphrase, but my understanding was he said, I could have saved you words in the dietary nutrition recommendations for CrossFit, like pull out all the other stuff and just say like meat and eggs, basically. And it was just Sean says, super interesting is a super interesting way to describe the Wednesday show. It seemed like Greg is a fan of carnivore, which was just cool. Sounded like his wife is carnivore, and yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I want you to go listen to it and make sure that I mean, I did listen through, and that's what it sounded like to me, which is then just.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be. Usually I feel as though, Lito's here. The more mainstreamed like anything is, Greg starts to like find his way and like push away from what it is. So the fact that carnivore is probably as mainstreamed as it's ever been currently, like in its state, like overall popularity. Surprising that he's like still on board with it. I feel like he always finds like what he doesn't like in something that's, I don't know, at the forefront of like, I don't know, this like any type of media, social media space. So it's good that he likes it.
Yeah, I don't think he's contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. He's just got perspectives that he's
sometimes I think he does, and he's so smart, right? And he's forgot more than I'll ever know, right? And I totally respect that. But sometimes it feels like he is contrarian to be contrarian.
Wow, I feel that in my soul. He's forgotten more because I identify with that. It's quite frustrating. Anyway, then you'll ever know. I understand, but yeah, the forget. I pulled the forgetting part. Yeah, I'm very grateful they do that show, and I hope that they continue to do that show because it'll be really cool to just continue to hear him talk.
Sean, carnivore tricks people into completely avoiding process. Does it really trick them? I feel like that's the fucking forefront of the entire. Like, I don't know if it's like because you do this, you don't do this, like a tertiary action of having this decision. Like, I don't know. I think that's literally front and center. I don't think it's a trick. I think it's front and center. That's the entire purpose of it, and everything that comes with ousting processed foods and sugar. And
I mean, it's kind of like, keto when it was originally, whatever that even means. But, it was not intended. Now there are so many processed foods that are labeled keto friendly, whenever like as it was originally intended is not to be, it's meant to be single ingredient foods,
If you avoided processed foods and sugar completely on any diet that allowed carbs, you would be healthier than on carnivore.
That makes sense. Do you understand that?
No, I guess just assuming from like a balanced diet, like actually still consuming carbohydrates versus carnivore where you don't consume hardly any. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah. If you avoided processed foods and sugar.
Like if you ate paleo versus carnivore.
Yeah. He's just saying that you would have more in your diet than simply carnivore. Although, of course, then there's the hybrid carnivore. There's so many different variations of it. But I just thought the point being, I guess, of bringing that up was just it was interesting to hear him have that conversation. And it seemed like he was a fan of it, and it is more reduced, right? There are significantly less foods than are listed in our
right. Okay.
prescription.
All right.
So anyway, and then also this is like a personal call out, but this was interesting. You knew that I did it, but I did just a 24-hour fast, about a 24-hour fast this week. And I realized that day that this is because I've had a real bad flare up of symptoms for quite a while now. And so ever since I tried to do another round of biofilm disruption and so on, gut healing from the mycotoxin exposure that made me sick over 2 years ago now, that I went into another phase of that was supposed to be pretty gnarly. And it just really, my body didn't seem to be able to detox fast enough. And so dealing with repercussions from that. So that's why I chose to do this. So anyway, I did a 24-hour fast. And it was way easier than I thought it would be.
24-hour fast is cake.
It was nothing.
You get through your first hunger bout, like of like your normal meal time. You're like, oh, I'm really uncomfortable, and then it goes away and it doesn't come back.
And I don't even know that I'm really uncomfortable. Like I'm a little uncomfortable. I don't even know that I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're just in a point of like, my stomach really needs some food, and I'm kind of like,
and I just figured that would
later.
And then it's gone. And then I thought it would continue to get worse, and also felt like I was gonna like pass out. Are you laughing at CrossFit? Yeah. So anyway, the other thing that is just an interesting call. One, I found it to be a really enjoyable experience. I'm looking forward to doing it again. And I just realized that the first time since I've like breathed air on planet Earth that I've ever gone 24 hours without eating.
Oh, that's your first fast ever?
That's my first fast ever.
Oh,
yeah.
Got
yeah.
it.
And then, I mean, if you talk to most people, I think most people probably have not ever fasted. And so I'm not over here telling people whatever, but I chose to do it for the helping my body with some detoxification and so on. And really enjoyed other benefits of just kind of being more aware of.
All right. Well, if we're really talking detox in like an actual sense of autophagy, let's hit that 72 hour.
Yes. The recommendation I was given was to start small and grow.
Yeah.
So that's whatever. And I'm not about to start going and making recommendations for others. But anyway, yes, I agree. I would like to prolong. In fact, by the time it was 20, I took it a little longer just because I just was not interested at that point.
I think you are. I think you have the mental capacity, and I think that's really all that it is. I don't think there's actually any like need for a progression. Like I've fasted a lot. Like I did intermittent for years, and I ate like in a 4-hour window for like 2 or 3 years. I think you could just rip a 72, like fine.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't do it like over a work weekend, obviously. But you know, I think you could. I don't think you need to like, it doesn't need to be that strategized if like you're really trying to find, you know, the benefits of it. You could just do one. Yeah, you're probably right. Ortega, did you see Fee's? Yeah, I mentioned on the last show that Fee made a post about, yes, I did see it, and it was really cool about her 3-day water fast and her benefits from it. Okay. I have an athlete that messaged me. She was like, I want to do one. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like 72.
Do I know this athlete?
Yes.
I feel like I want to make a guess, but anyway.
And so Avera's back. 72 is still easy. I did a 60 last year, and it was fine. Anyways, we went back and forth. She's like, should I do it? Should I not? Will it affect training? I'm like, yes. I'm like, we can't assume that you're training at a high level and you're not going to consume calories for 72 hours, and it's not going to have some negative effect into your training capacity or strength or muscle. And she's so funny because she's one that like, she doesn't eat out ever. Like if we go out, she has food with her, and like to the point that like she's never consumed like restaurant food like in her life. She's always like meal prepped and like come out.
Even growing up?
Yeah, no. Like it's just very
Where did she grow up? Were her
very
parents like that?
Thing. Yeah, I don't know. She just kind of was like on her own. Anyways, it's a very, very strange situation, but just like never. Just like has meal prepped all of her food and eats like I don't know, like 700 grams of vegetables and fruits a day. Like it's like the primary of her thing. And as a female is like 8%, 9% body fat, just shredded to the bone.
Yeah.
Right. She consumes so much food, we have her over 3,000 calories, but she's 5'10", so like she can't get, she wants to be competitive, so she can't gain weight. I'm like, I need you to be like, I need you to have a little more fat on you. Like I think you're too lean because you struggle with injury and blah blah blah. Anyways, and she's like, what do you think? Am I gonna get weaker? And I'm like, probably. I'm like, for a little bit. I was like,
oh, from a fast.
Yeah, from a 72 hour.
Has she ever put on body fat like greater than?
Probably younger in life, but she's always been wildly lean. I mean, she's shredded to the bone.
And she really genuinely tries to consume large quantities of food.
Yeah, but she won't do any dirty consumption. We've gone through like when I met her, she was like she had like a menstrual cessation, and I was like, all right, we gotta figure this out. I need you to eat some sugar. I need you to eat some carbohydrates. I need you to eat a little more
Fats.
something.
Fats.
I don't care. Yeah, fats and so just in general, like you can consume, and so we got like that got consistent again, which was really good. She was like, I haven't had one like 3 years. I'm like, okay, we're not doing this. Like you're young, like you're not. So anyways, it was it was good.
Well, and that just be, so is her hormonal health okay? Okay, so carbs are good now, whatever. So for her, I mean, with anybody, what do we talk about these days all the time? Medical Society promotes it heavily. Like, check your blood work, right? Because you are a unique human with your own unique biomarkers. And so just checking in on those. Like, there are people who exist at lower body fats with positive biomarkers, right? So it may not be as normal, but it could be. And so as long as she's paying attention, but yeah, I mean, obviously if that's a signal that she had that you guys were trying to address. I've not noticed a decline in my capacity with 72 hours, talking about the fast. When I go 4 or 5 days, there's absolutely no impact. Or absolutely an impact. Avera, I'm curious, when you've done the 72 hour, are you training every single, like, are you training each day of that 72 hour? And are you training with intensity? That's just a personal question I have.
No, I don't think you can. I think within the first 24 you can, and then everything after 24 you need to start like dropping intensity.
CJ, have you done a 72 hour fast?
I've done a 60, and I've like worked with quite a few people that have done, like Brandon went through a fast cycle like early in the Tim Ferriss days, when like biohacking was kind of at its peak. And just like I watched him like go through, like he did a lot of 3+, 5+, did a 7 water. And so, yeah, I mean, I think your first 24 intensity is there. And then after that, it's just all by feel. If you're unsure if you're going to make it, meaning like you're like getting really hungry, obviously limiting more training is going to help curb appetite better than training really hard.
Okay. Yeah. So what you experienced with your athletes was that it was okay. Avera, let's see. Let's be clear. Absolutely. Carbs are not bad. Processed complex sugars are bad. Fruits. Wait, Avera, I want you to answer. Will you please answer my question about your experience with it? I'm curious. This also, since we're talking about this, makes me think to show you what I talked about. I'm going to do it this way instead of pulling it up because it's going to be easier. 5.
Yeah, that's crazy,
isn't it? Also, I just really like look at that. So this is, by the way, this is my fiance. He did this yesterday, and obviously he's been intentional to do this. But I love looking at the mass of the images. I mean, like, so that large mass is also literally 5.56% body fat.
Yeah,
just wild.
What a meatball. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He is. I love it.
Yeah, he said it was, and it's like a facility that athletes come through regularly, and we talked about it. I guess it's the lowest that they've ever seen on it, but then also obviously a lot of athletes are not intentionally being that lean anyway, you know. So, but yeah, it's kind of wild.
Nice.
Okay. If you want to move on now to some training stuff, do you want to go there?
Let's do it.
Okay. So with the Hiller thing, I had 2 timestamps on it. One of them was about warm-ups and one of them was about pull-ups. Where do you want to go?
Warm-ups for sure.
Okay. Let me see which timestamp that was.
Am I pulling this up or you got it?
I'm happy to, at this point.
I have faith.
It got better last time. I think this is just a good opportunity to like have to work on it. Just share that. We're going to go here.
I don't know. I haven't watched this at all, by the way. So I have no idea what he said about warm-ups.
Yep. And that's, I figured that was the case, and that's what I hoped for.
Is this hot takes? Fuck yes. No way. I'm so happy right now. I'm ready to listen. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. I figured that you would enjoy talking about these topics. You're so excited.
So excited. I love fitness hot takes.
Okay. I hope they don't disappoint. I don't feel like the two that I'm referencing are like that hot takey, but we'll find out. All right. Ready?
So ready.
3, your warm-ups should be mini workouts. Let me pull up one of mine. So tomorrow on Friday, we're going to be doing some snatches, and then we're going to be doing a version of 17.5, which is just thrusters and double unders. The warm-up is going to be a 3-minute ski and then 2 sets of 15, 12, 9 PVC pass-throughs, overhead squats, and step back lunges. 15, 12, 9, 15, 12, 9, 3-minute ski. You're kind of up in the body temperature, and then you're moving the body through the range of motion that you're going to be doing in the workout. And that's kind of what I mean by your warm-up should be a mini workout. And contrary to this, it's just like foam rolling and banded distractions. Get away from that stuff. If you are warming up with those things, you have bigger issues to fry. And we might address those a little later in the video.
I'm so happy.
You like that one, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yep. As soon as he said the like get away from the foam rollers and so on, I was like, he just made CJ's day.
Oh my God.
And obviously, like, yeah, we're on the same page. But anyway,
I just can't even. Like, man, if I could show everyone like what my warm up used to be, like I used to have like the Supple Leopard book memorized. Right. Like I had a like joint by joint approach of flossing and distracting and mobilizing. And I was as immobile as you could fucking be. And I never got better. I never improved. And my mobility never improved until I just stopped doing all of it. I had so much achy pains and just like sensitivity, like in like what we consider hot spots. In the muscle belly, like subscap area or like teres minor, like, oh, you have a really tight teres minor, your traps. Like everyone has all of these sensitive spots in them. It's just how it works. Like the upper calf or like just the meat of the quad. Like those things are just sensitive on everybody. Some people less so than others. And it's not a indication of tight muscles, which tight is not a real thing. It's a subjective feeling, not a measurable objective movement or ability of the body. So anyways, and I just cold turkeyed it one day. I was like, dude, I'm spending like 4 hours in the gym, 2 of it on this like warm up, and I still feel like shit all the time. And I just stopped and I just basically started overhead squatting every session and like as a warm up. Like it's just what I do. I still do it. And it's a PVC pipe, you just overhead squat. If you just do it all the time. Put the bar, empty bar, PVC pipe, hang. Yeah, I tell Grant this all the time. Grant's like, my front rack's terrible and my overhead squat's terrible. I'm like, that's because you fucking only snatch and do dumb shit. Like you have all the ankles in the world and you still end up in your toes. Like that's just because your movement quality is terrible. Anyways, not because you have mobility issues, but anywho, yeah, I mean, just do the thing. That's what I tell everybody, right?
Yeah. Well, I just love, I think Avera said it pretty well here. You know, static stretching for mobility, questionable. He said bullshit. Anyway, loaded end of range motion is key. And yeah, I mean, I came in, this is just using like anecdotal personal experience, you know, but like I came into CrossFit with no athletic background whatsoever and definitely had mobility that wasn't anything exciting, and then just trained CrossFit for a long time. And like now would be considered a very mobile individual.
Yep. Yeah. CrossFit 100%. And this is like video one, right? If anyone doesn't know that, this is the first video K-Star ever made, like YouTube, randomly, mobility wide, whatever, his first video, 10-minute squat test. Just sit in the bottom of the squat 10 minutes. Hands down the best video you could do, right? Warm-ups should be very workout specific, right? Like if you know that no matter what you do to get ready to snatch, you're still going to grab an empty bar and move an empty bar for 6 minutes, you should just move that empty bar for 15 minutes, right? So think about the benefits that you would get in the exposure and the mastery that you would have if instead of the 15 minutes before you actually grab the empty bar, right? Like the distractions. And just to be clear, those things aren't bad. They are just not as time effective as you can be, right? There are just better and more effective ways to improve the positions you're trying to get into. Now, let me be clear. If you are just trying to get better at touching your toes or doing a straddle, you should fucking do a lot of sitting and reaching for your toes, even with some overpressure and maybe some load, and sitting in a straddle, right? Like that's very specific to that thing. But if you want to snatch better and you want to squat better and you want to kip better and have a better arch and have a better overhead and range of flexion, you should just do the thing, right? Find a way to load the end range, like Avera said, right? Time under tension creates tissue. Time under tension creates tissue change, or what we consider is called mechanotransduction, which is tissue under load will deform faster than tissue not under load, right? Which makes obvious sense. But when you apply that to the concept of mobility, just be in the goal position in some modified variation that gets you really close, right? So if you're like a fucking stone man, right? Mainly middle-aged, older-aged male that struggles to get their arm overhead, right? Just put the PVC pipe overhead for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay? Like, just do that all the time, right? And so coming back to the example, if you had 15 minutes to get ready for a workout, and you were going to start it at this 15-minute mark, right, to start snatching. If you spent the whole 15 minutes on empty bar work, you would just end up being a better snatcher, right? Or a better, athlete to move the bar. You would have better efficiency. You would have better mastery. You would be more comfortable with it. Your positions would be better. Your pulls would be better. And you would probably just overall move better than if you spent 10 minutes of that doing banded distractions or whatever that might be, right? This isn't even getting into the concept of like getting ready for a workout or whatever, having a high heart rate and so on, like a WOD, right? Or a Metcon or anything that's metabolic in general. More importantly than movement efficiency is like having a high heart rate, right? Or like having a heart rate that's up so you don't skyrocket in the middle of it, right? Which is why workouts get or warm-ups get longer the shorter the workout is, right? It's just how it works for priming in general.
Right.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think there's much of anything that I just appreciate those call outs. And that I agree, it feels kind of like a warm take, but also that being said, I think it's something that could, it hopefully gives some consideration.
I mean, it's a hot take if you're primal mobility, not to like, you're selling that we have to do all of these things, which is fine. People love it. And so just to be clear, and this is like,
well, hold on, this right here, it says shameless plug, use primal mobility end range program.
Right. And so, and obviously there's nothing wrong with doing mobility I just think there's a more effective way, right? Especially because all of us are time sensitive, right? Like none of us are training like Dallin and Jason and James. Like we just don't have 5 hours. When you have 5 hours and you can do that, and like every small percent can change, like can be the deciding factor of if you're first or second at the CrossFit Games, then you should do all of that mobility, right? Like that's totally different when you can commit the time. Most of us aren't able to commit the time, and you could get more bang for your buck by putting a bar in your hand or just doing the thing in that time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And then I also feel like that's a good shameless plug too, since he made that plug, I'll just go ahead and make another plug. That's just a reminder that WODprep Academy has all of these skill courses that are complementary to your already programming that you're doing for whatever skill you want to acquire or whatever it is. So there's another shameless plug for something that's pretty effective at getting you progress on whatever you're working on. Okay. Second one on here. You good to go?
Yeah.
What are you laughing that I'm being made fun of here?
Yep.
Great. Thanks. I'm glad that we just spent more time on that. Stay out of my DMs with shit like that.
I'm pulling this one from something I heard from Greg. Kipping's kind of misunderstood. We're doing friend. We're going to do it in as close to 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. We want to go as fast as possible. Yeah. Greg said kipping was kind of the byproduct of running out of your ability to do them strict. So for example, the other day, I think I did like 31 strict pull-ups, and it would be after I had done my 31st or failed my 32nd that I would start to implement a kip, and maybe I would have the 32nd, 33rd, 34th pull-ups in there. That's kind of where he wanted to start implementing the kip, and it's been like so bastardized to the point where people will start doing kipping pull-ups before they can even do strict variants of the movement. I know this is preaching to the choir and beating to the dead horse. Like anybody who's watching this video at this point probably already knows this, but I think that it is interesting to think about what Greg said in relation to creating kipping in the first place. And that's probably like a giant toxic trickle down from the CrossFit games because they are always trying to go as fast as possible. But what is as fast as possible isn't always as productive as possible. Really think about it. Strict, a couple more kipping, and that's super productive for longevity. And yes, I said and I meant longevity, but I also meant progression. Just brought up the games athletes number 9.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
That's just 2 quotes in a week that we're like hearing from Greg. We're like, oh, wow. Or I guess paraphrases, I should say. But I think the point of like when I listened to that, what came up is like one of the things that you and I agree on that you very heavily advocate for is spending a good bit of time working on your strength, right? And if like we apply that to gymnastics, right? Like holds are really important. And so, or working on your strict strength. And so that's something that you constantly talk about that everyone could benefit from doing more of. So I just thought it was interesting that he found somewhere where Greg was saying, use up what you've got there and then revert to. So yeah,
I mean, Greg's always said that. Greg has fundamentally talked against the kipping pull-up since the CrossFit games. Like he was more pro it early, like before the sport started, and then he was very much openly against it most of the time after that. Yeah, I mean, I think all gymnastics are strength limited, not skill limited, right? Like there's plenty of young, strong dudes that walk into a CrossFit gym for the first time that can do like 8 to 10 muscle ups and it look like shit. You're just like, wow, I don't even understand. They just like are up. Just like, I don't even know what they did. And then all of a sudden they're just on top of the rings. And so, yeah. I mean,
I like both. But I definitely wish that I wish I had emphasized strict strength more earlier.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
all. This is CrossFit says Greg also talked about doing curls and dumbbell bench lately. I will tell you, huge fan of dumbbell bench. Curls, yeah, sure, whatever. Dumbbell bench, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. I do so much. It's the only thing I do is bodybuilding.
You just can get such a broad range of motion with dumbbells.
I went to the park with Bennett yesterday, and there's like this, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't even look like it supports anything of the playground. But it's like maybe a 4-inch in diameter, like upright and over. And so I just do pull-ups on it in between pushing him on the swing. So yeah, that was my workout. That was like the most I've worked out in 4 days now. So,
oh, really? Yeah, I guess you've just been too busy.
I've been on the grind.
I will tell you, since we put my Monday booked.
Oh yeah, good.
Fully.
I'm still getting bookings like in the late January.
I just blinked and I was like, well, that day's full.
Mm-hmm.
But that's good. So that pretty much covers.
Just kidding.
Yeah, and I do have a flight here in a little bit, so I'm gonna need to which I said on the last show that it was an in-affiliate competition that I'm going to this weekend. And that is not true. It is a local affiliate that is, of course, like hosting running, but at a different facility. So anyway, yeah, I just was like, after I looked, I was like, oh, it's my first time going. And I did know that, but I blanked. So anyway, yeah, I'll be headed to Moultrie, South Georgia Classic. That happens tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. And it is not in the competition is not hosted in the affiliate. It's at a different facility.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to correct that.
Cool. I was surprised when you said that. And then I just,
it has occurred. Yeah.
So this is an interesting one. And I'm not wearing my ring. This is where Kavera says, this is where I state my view that strength should be right above nutrition in the CrossFit pyramid. And this is one that I really go back and forth with. I think there is a, you need enough strength, right? Like you just need a certain base level of strength to like have good balance. Like we're talking about older individuals here, in my opinion, that I think it starts to supersede aerobic capacity. But you need enough strength to like get on and off the ground. Like I've met some 50 and 60-year-old females that I used to personal train that could run for like half marathon at like a 12-minute pace, by the way, but like could not fucking for the life of them squat in and out of a chair without using their arms. Okay. And so obviously those are unique in things, but I think there is value and there is validity in this statement in the sense of you need enough strength to be functional and like be able to maintain independence, which yields like picking up some things off the ground, right? Getting on and off the ground, being able to get in and out of a chair, and whatever, like climb stairs, like things like that, right? And if you don't have those, then no matter what now, the odds of having aerobic capacity and not having that strength is pretty low, right? Like there's like probably a I don't know, like a cross-sectional graph there that it's probably very unlikely to reach that point. But I think there is a point where strength supersedes the need for aerobic capacity at very, very, very low levels.
So you're not saying that you wish that they were almost linear on there, like as if they could be in the same, like if it be nutrition and then both of those together. You're not saying you want them to be on the same thing. You think that truly.
Sometimes, I mean, I think it's situational to the person. I think like an 80-year-old that is trying to maintain independence, I think strength is more important than aerobic capacity for that person.
I think they need both.
Sure.
And I guess, but it's relative, right? Because aerobic capacity, of course, like it realistically is diminishing in true elderly, whatever, but like doing what you can to upkeep what is available to you. Same with strength, right? And so as they are diminishing once you're really, really getting up there in years.
I don't think aerobic capacity, and so this is like the PT in me and seeing people in nursing homes. No one is in nursing homes because no one. That's the majority of people are in nursing homes because they can't maintain independence because of their inability, their strength limitations, not their aerobic capacity limitations or their heart health or whatever that might be, right? The majority, right? I mean, obviously they have all of these other things, but they're limited because like they can't get in and out. They're a fall risk. Fall risks are strictly strength biased.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
neurological deficits.
Would entirely agree. I guess, yeah, they're. I struggle to put one above the other, but find that they're both very relevant, like you said, to keep someone out of a nursing home as long as possible.
And then on the CrossFit side, so then it's aerobic capacity. But on the CrossFit side, yes, CrossFit in its purest form, the pyramid is perfect, right? I think it really is the right thing. To be good at the sport, or to at least RX the sport, we'll call it RX the sport, then it's strength limited, not aerobic capacity limited, right? Every time. Like there are plenty of JYs in the world, and not to like throw him under the bus, but JY will never, even as long as I don't have to go upside down, he'll never beat me in the open, right? Right, because I'm strong enough, and we're strong enough, right? Like we have enough strength. But if I didn't have that, like he'll always RX the open, like no matter what, right? But there will be people that will beat him 10 out of 10 times on burpees and light dumbbells and blah blah blah, that he'll end up finishing higher because they don't have enough strength. Like they can't do a muscle up, and they can't do a muscle up because they only have 3 pull-ups, right? And so to do well in the open, on a competition leaderboard, it's strength limited first.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, this would be nuts for sure.
I feel like you guys should do like a head-to-head now that you said that, because you basically just called him out and said that you'll beat him.
If it's lightweight, I'm beating him. There's no doubt in my mind.
I feel like you should do that. CrossFit says that the food pyramid has a side-by-side. Why not that? Okay. I gotta go.
All right. Where are you going? Oh, Georgia. That's right.
Yeah. And Ortega said that Moultrie is a good one. I'm so excited. I've heard really great things. So I'm excited to go.
What's next after that?
After that, event-wise? Is that what you mean, event-wise?
Yeah.
2 weeks later is TFX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not gonna take that bait of Vera. He doesn't have aerobic capacity. 5-minute range is his range. That's what he does. He's amazing under the 7-minute time, under 7-minute range, right? He's very good at hurting and digging into that. And so, anyways, he doesn't have aerobic capacity.
Also, okay, hang on. Sean says that I basically think that you're full of crap. I don't. No, I just think it'd be fun. Since you're calling him out, I think it'd be fun.
I think he's. I don't know. Is he referencing like me?
Oh, going.
JY?
I thought it was like going against JY in fitness. In which case, I just think that would be entertaining. I don't think you're full of crap.
It would be. You got to comment it. You got to like pull out the MC hat and like.
Oh, commentate it?
Yeah.
That would be so fun. That actually would be. I feel like we would need, man, get like Bill Grundler in there. That would be awesome.
Perfect.
He's so fun.
All right. Good luck. Have fun. Crush it per usual. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the CrossFit morning show. Go Canes. Watch football tonight. Indiana, Oregon, 7:30. It doesn't matter who wins. Miami's going to the national championship. It's all that matters. So thanks for being here. Good show, Claire. You're the best. I have a thing. Well, let's see if I can get it. And let's see. Oh man, it's not working. Anyways, let's see if I can.
What, do you have an outro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I want it to work. I've not seen this.
I know you haven't seen it. I don't know if it's gonna load. Must be MP4. Of course. What is this? It's not the right. No, I don't have an outro. Next time.
No.
I'll show it to you off stream. All right. Adios, guys. I will see you next week for night.